share, and subscribe and join the newsletter. But before you do that, let's move on to our last story of the day, which is Miss Lala Kent coming out swinging with the claws against Tom Sandoval. Now, Lala is weighing in, okay? She's weighing in. Now, this is the thing. As we already know, Ariana hasn't really said a lot publicly. And I think that she I think that she has kind of told the girls to be her mouthpiece. We know she said that to Kristen Doty. I think she also said it to Lala. Both of them said that when they're speaking out about what happened, they're doing it with Ariana's blessing. She's like, I don't have the mental capacity to do it. So Lala, you do it. She's like, I don't have, the clearance. I'm in a contract, Kristen. But Kristen, you're not in a contract, so you can say whatever you want. So I do think that whatever Lala and Kristen and Katie and Sheena are saying in the podcast, on the YouTube channels, on the media, I do think they're doing it with Ariana's blessing, not trying to just cash out on this. But to be honest, and then I'll get into what Lala said, but to be honest, what Raquel and Tom Sandoval did was so insidious that it truly affected everyone. Like, he kept saying on the interview, oh, this is really just between three people, me, Raquel, and Ariana. But then at the end of the day, it's really just me and Ariana. BS. Bare minimum, it's actually between four people, bare minimum. Justice for James. Because just as much as Ariana thought Raquel was her friend, James thought Tom Sandoval was his. And I don't care that they were broken up. They broke off an engagement after being together for 5 years. Justice for James, too. Tom and Ariana were together for 9, but Raquel and James were together for 5. 5 years is also a very long time. And they were actually engaged. I feel like James is always the forgotten person in this. Justice for James too. He's hurting. Whether or not he wants to be with Raquel doesn't matter. Just as much as Raquel was Ariana's friend, Tom was James's friend. Hell, he spent over $12,000 helping him propose to her. And then he turns around and has sex with her? Disgusting. So bare minimum, it's actually about 4 people. But it's actually way about more. They brought in Sheena. They brought in Katie. They brought in Schwartz when they started doing all that weird stuff. Schwartz and Raquel need to hook up. We all know that was a lie, just to hurt Katie and to be a ploy about what they were doing. So you brought in Schwartz. You brought in Katie. Then you also brought in Sheena. She's all like, yeah, Tom and Raquel, blah, blah, blah. And now she's fighting with Katie. You brought in Lala. When you kept trying to say Lala is being a bully and she's being so mean and poor sweet Raquel, when the whole time you're busting it open with Raquel and she's laughing in Ariana's face. But yet you want to shame Lala for her life and for how she's responding to people. So you actually brought all of these people into the situation. That's why I say Lala, Kristen, Katie, Ariana, Sheena, have at it. You brought in Peter in the situation because you and Raquel were doing what you were doing and she was using Peter for a storyline. So you brought in all of these people in your mess. And then you want to sit there on the episode being like, it's really just about us. No, it's not. No, it's not. Had you left Tom Schwartz alone and didn't try to make your best friend hook up with the girl you were sleeping with to get at his ex-wife, then yeah, maybe it would have just been about you guys. If you hadn't ruined Katie and Sheena's friendship, then yeah, maybe it would be just about the two of you guys. If you weren't really, really good friends with James, then yeah, maybe it would be just about you guys. If you hadn't berated and disrespected and gone after Lala, then yeah, maybe it would be all about you guys. But it's not. If you hadn't used Peter, then maybe it would be just about you guys. But it's not. That's another reason why the situation has blown up as much as it has. Because again, it's not just about the cheating. So let's go into see what Lala was saying. So this is from page 6. Lala Kent slams lying Tom Sandoval for effing random Howie Mandel interview. Okay, let me see if I can play this. Let me see if I can. Let me know if you guys can hear this, okay? Okay. Oh, you guys couldn't hear that? Oh, man. All right. Well, let me read it then. Oh, man. All right. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. She says, Lala Kent doesn't understand Tom Sandoval's odd choice to give his first post-Sandoval interview to Howie Mandel. Kent was on a New York City-bound flight when she saw clips of her embattled Vanderpump Rules co-star lying some more in Tuesday's episode of the Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast. Once she landed, the 32-year-old watched 2 minutes and 48 seconds of the interview before bashing it via her Instagram story. It's not that I don't dig Howie Mandel. Dope, cool, got it, whatever. But what a weird effing first interview, she said. Dun, 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 dun. That is so effing random, Kent continued. Like the game show host, the one who fist bumps you because he's scared of germs? The Give Them Lala beauty creator called Sandoval's conversation with the Deal or No Deal host 67 strange and so off-brand. Side note, again, this is why I think that Tom Sandoval, when she says off-brand, I agree with that. But I think he did that actually on purpose, because I do think he's trying to speak to an audience that he's trying to win over for his post-Bravo life. That's why I think he chose Howie Mandel. He also chose Howie because Howie didn't know anything and he knew it was a safe space. You know, the drummer in his band or whatever, his wife is the producer of the podcast. They were basically fangirling over him, right? He like sang at their wedding. So I think he's trying to get his reputation together outside of Bravo. And that's why it's so off-brand. So I agree with her that it's off-brand, but I think that's why it was. Let's keep going. She noted that Mandel hasn't even seen any Vanderpump Rules episodes, as the America's Got Talent judge himself asked who Sheena Shea was mid-interview. However, there is a connection. Jason Bader, who is the drummer in Sandoval's cover band, Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras, is married to Mandel's podcast producer, Kimmy Bader. After shading the show's really bad lighting, Kent clapped back at Sandoval's claims that she profited off of him cheating on Ariana with Raquel Leviss by talking about it on her Give Them Lala podcast. I profited off of me saying funny stuff, she clarified. Also, I profit off of my own heartbreak. What makes you think I ain't gonna profit off of yours? Plus, Ariana is fine with it. Exactly. Kent has been regularly slamming Sandoval 40 since news broke of his infidelity in March, calling him, quote, a creep and a bottom feeder who she never liked. The reality star wasn't the only one to diss his most recent interview with Andy Cohen, laughing at Mandel on Watch What Happens Live Tuesday night. The Bravo exec 54 accused the comedian of not doing his homework, saying, Howie, you have to be careful before you take a side. Bravo fans are very passionate. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah. It is insane. It is insane. Absolutely insane. But I want to know what you guys think about all the situation. I am like Lauren from Utah, sound off. Go off on him all day long. Girl, you deserve it. Just go ahead and do it and do it and do it. But before you guys put down everything in the chat box down below, you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and share, and join our newsletter. It is linked down in the show box below. It is 100% free. So with that, you guys, I'm going to start taking some of your candy cane questions and comments. Dun, 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 dun. The lies. And I'm going to drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and sound off. All are welcome, but there's no pressure. All right, now let's see. I've been talking forever, so I'm going to go to the top of the comments. There's been a lot. All right, here we go. All right. Foxy says that interview was a mess. Howie acting like Sandoval did nothing wrong was ridiculous. Yeah, it was a mess.